The first time I met her, it was amazing because I mean before her I hadn't met any older beauty queen, so she was the first older beauty queen that I met, and I was just wondering how it was like back then, and the fact that she's still here now, and this is also happening like years after, decades after. And then when beauty pageants were really beauty pageants, and the whole prestige was around it. So looking at it from now, there are so many things to emulate and so many things to bring back. So that's what I can say.
To be honest, I've only witnessed one Miss Nigeria since I was Miss Nigeria nearly 60 years ago.
Oh wow. So you didn't crown the next person?
No.
After you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. I wasn't even in the country.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't. So, she's the first one that I have actually met.
During my time, we had the dance at first, and then after that we had camp. Yes, before the final day, before the grand finale, we had camp for like 2 weeks, where all the girls come together and experience one another and have different exciting moments, almost like a boot camp. There are also training sessions and different educational activities. And then on the last day of the camp, like the day that marks 2 weeks, the day that marks 2 weeks, then we have the grand finale. It starts with the dance, and then I think after that we had to come out individually in our evening dresses, and then maybe in some of the dresses of designer sponsors. Then they picked top 10 out of 21. They asked all of us questions, and they picked the top 5. Then the first runner-up, second, and the winner.
Well, during my time, we didn't know what was expected of us. I was living in Kano then. My brother saw it in the papers, advertised in the papers, that I have to go to Lagos because I have been selected as one of the Miss Nigeria to be interviewed in Lagos. So I said, go to Lagos? I have not applied to be a Miss Nigeria. So he said, he sent the newspaper. He saw it in the newspaper, sorry. You'll have to excuse me because at times I don't remember. He saw it, an advert in the newspaper for anyone who wants to be a Miss Nigeria should apply. So he applied, my younger brother. He applied, and the result came that I was supposed to be in Lagos for the Miss Nigeria. So, and I was working with the UAC then. And they were also involved in this Miss Nigeria thing. So the following day or so, they got me on the plane to Lagos. And that was it.
Mama, was there dance section?
Right, okay, I'll tell you that part of it. We arrived in Lagos. There were no posh accommodations like this. In fact, we all had to look for our own accommodation. And I have a picture here. I was looking for some pictures, and I ran into this one, and I said, oh, I must bring it for the chairman to see. We were asked to come to report at the Daily Times office the day after. So we all met, about 200 of us, but I was the only one from Kano. So we met, and we were interviewed, I remember. How did we get to Lagos? I told them I flew for the first time in my life. Not many of them flew then. I flew for the very first time in my life. And I was looking forward to that. That was like, I thought that was even enough if I don't be a Miss Nigeria, and I can get on a plane. There was only one plane in Nigeria at that time. So we met, and they told us to come back the day after again. There was really no interview that kind, just where did you come from, your parents' backgrounds, and those were the questions asked us. They didn't ask why we want to be Miss Nigeria, because I wouldn't have known what to say. Yeah. So on the day, we didn't have any interview or any rehearsals or nothing like that. The day of the Miss Nigeria, which was a Saturday, 1957, April 1957, I think it was, we all met at the Lagos Island Club. Lagos Island Club. We were offered seats, we sat down, we were offered drinks, we had drinks. And then somebody came and told us that we will be asked to go to a hall. And there were many people around. And later they asked us to go into this hall, which we went into. And then they asked us to walk around in the hall, we were walking one after the other, with the music on. It was Bobby Benson, late Bobby Benson, that was playing then. You're laughing, eh? You couldn't have met him. It was late Bobby Benson that was playing then. And we walked around the first time, the second time, and the third time, they asked us to go and sit down. We went and sat down. We didn't dance. We didn't. No. They asked us to go and sit down. We went and sat down. Later, a lady, an elderly lady, not as old as I am now, Lady Alakija was her name. And a gentleman who was a lawyer, they called him I.S. Adewale. He did have a nickname, but I'm not going to say his nickname now. Two of them came. One stood behind me on the right and the other one behind me on the left. And I was wondering what these two people, I don't know them, what these two people were doing behind me. The next thing I had was the Miss Nigeria for 1957. This Grace Atinuke Oyelude. I said, I didn't even hear that before. Until one of each held me by the arm. I said, oh, and took me up to the stage. And that was how I became Miss Nigeria. And that night, I had to find my way. My brother was my brother was a broadcaster. He was one of the people there that were for the Broadcasting Corporation of Nigeria. Then he was he was on duty. And when they called the name, he just said, that's my sister, what are you doing here? So, and that is the story of how I became Miss Nigeria.
Were there any benefits? Did you get to win anything after you were crowned?
Okay. After the Miss Nigeria, I went straight back to work. And I was given as a present 200 pounds sterling, then. which I think was a lot of money.
Still is.
And a wardrobe, four dresses. Beautiful dresses. Beautiful cotton dresses. And a trip to London. That's right, and a trip to London. And they are historical. I've kept them for this long. I still want to keep. This was also taken in England when I went for the Miss Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
I think we have this. I would have brought so many pictures that I have left. This was the picture I wore that night. I didn't even know how to tie the wrapper. You can see here that I don't know how to tie wrapper. But this was the picture. This is Mrs. Lady Alakija. And this is lawyer, what did I say? I.S. Adewale. That's one. And this was when they were introducing me to the public. A trip to London, £200.
4 dresses.
And 4 dresses. And after that, I was never a queen. Nobody knew me as Miss Nigeria, really. Because I went straight away back. And the most interesting part of it, because when I went to England for the gift I got, I went to visit some hospitals. All my life I had wanted to be a nurse. Yes. So I went to visit this hospital and I was given a letter of admission. And I came back to Nigeria. And after that I went back to do nursing. That's it.
During my own time, I got 3 million naira, a car, an apartment for the year, makeup supplies from sponsors, and also a trip abroad as well, to America.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, but I don't think I like to go through it again. All the gifts in the world, I don't think I like to go through.
I don't think so too.
If I'm your age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
You
Me
don't
or
think-
her?
No, I'm saying me.
Oh, me too.
Oh, you wouldn't like to go through it again?
I'm not sure.
Why did you say that?
Why?
Yes. Was it stressful?
I'm glad I'm not going through it again. I'm too old.
She has her own reason. Okay.
My reasons are personal.
You what?
No, they want to know my reasons and I said they're
No.
personal.
Okay.
Yeah.